another extraordinary couple, legend of Off Broadway and beyond, Eli Wallach and Ann Jackson. Again, I was so lucky to be able to direct Eli and Ann in Ann's play, Down the Garden Paths. And Eli and Ann were not only supremely talented actors, but they had such a unique way of working. I hear Roberta. Because sometimes, you know, these couples in this play, the three couples they played, they would have arguments a lot. And sometimes in rehearsal, they would just, I'd call a break, and Ann and Eli would just keep arguing, you know, ad-libbing about everything, but arguing. And Roberta came up to me and said, "Don't worry about it, David, it's their process." I grew up with that, you know. And they did. They had this incredible ability to bring everything from their marriage into their portrayals on stage. And and they worked together, obviously, many times. But my memory of them, when we took this play from George Street down to Florida, and at one point the play was 85 minutes long, and people would get up to go to the restroom during the play. And Eli was furious, and he would say, and Ann Jackson kept saying, "Eli, calm down, calm down, calm down." And the producer came back, and Eli said, "Why are these people walking up the aisles and during our show? What's the matter?" And the producer said, "Well, a lot of our audience is older and they need to go to the bathroom." And Eli said, "I'm 86. How fucking old are they?" and he never left the stage. So. He had a good point, you know, I mean, like, really. And, but also, when they would rehearse, we scheduled a 6-hour straight rehearsal, and Eli, but they had signals, and I saw it the first day, and I was sort of surprised, and I went, "Oh," I looked at Roberta sometimes, to Roberta from my cue, and Eli would just go over and put on his hat. And then Ann would run over and get her bag, and that meant that was it for today. That was it. That's all rehearsing we're going to do today. So I just looked into my cue for Eli's hat. When he put on his hat, we were done. But they went on to be just extraordinary in the play, and an extraordinary couple, and an extraordinary example to all of us. It was thrilling to work with both of them, and their 3 children are here today, Roberta and Katherine and Peter. So I'd like them to please come up and accept this award on their behalf.
I'll get that.
You're the youngest, Pete, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I just want to say, I'm very confused now because I thought my parents were Ann Mira and Jerry Stiller. Anyway, the very, I want to thank the Off Broadway Alliance, and also Sardi's is very charged for us too, because our parents actually were here on their wedding night. Maureen Stapleton got them so drunk that they don't remember it. They never remembered their wedding night. So this place is very loaded. And also, the very, very first play I ever saw was Mom and Dad in Rhinoceros. Ionesco. I think I was 5. But one of the amazing things about it was I remember having to concentrate really hard on being still and being quiet, because it was the theater, which in our family meant temple, church. It was a religious experience, so you had to be very good when you went to the theater. But the amazing thing was I still remember gestures, the gestures that my mom did. And Dad's performance with Zero Mostel when they turned into Rhinoceri. Anyway, thank you very, very much. When our dad passed away, one of the doormen in our building said to Peter, you know, about Eli, he's at peace now. And Peter, who has a wicked sense of humor, said, "No, he's not, he's shooting." So I have a feeling, and they can corroborate this, and David too, that they're probably working, his hat is now off, and that they are probably, my guess is, working with Tennessee Williams. And but anyway, thank you so much. This really is family. And just another little footnote, which was funny, was that Amy actually played Annie and Eli's daughter, and I played their daughter-in-law.
Right.
Hence the confusion. Thank you so much.
You just reminded me of one little thing I have to say about Anne and Eli. One time I had to say something to discipline Anne, and I'm usually pretty easygoing. And she was alone in the theater, and I said it to her, and her mouth started to quiver, and she walked away, and I thought, uh-oh. And then Eli came down the aisle, and he said, "David the saint." And I said, "Eli, I wasn't just a saint. I just yelled at your wife." And without a beat, Eli looked up at me with those eyes and held his hands like this and said, "What'd you say?"